Hey guys, welcome to Friends and Enemas. I have my lovely friend. I feel like you're my friend, especially now in real life. Who you want to introduce yourself?
I'm Paige.
I'm Lindsay. I don't know if I said that actually. Sometimes I go through like half of the interview and I'm like, oh yeah, we didn't introduce ourselves.
Oh, by the way.
So by the way, Paige Slayton is with me today. I'm actually in her house. It's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thanks for lending your home to me to record this. I just wanted to kind of interview you today. I've always liked your content. I've been following you for a while, and you're an ER nurse. I'm an ICU nurse, and in the hospital we would probably have beef.
Probably.
Statistically.
Maybe.
But maybe not.
We'll see.
Truthfully not. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I wanted to just let you introduce yourself, tell us about you, tell us how you got into nursing, and then truthfully the episode's not really going to be about nursing. It's going to be more about other things that we have in common, but I like to
nursing wasn't either one of our plan A's.
It wasn't. It wasn't either one of our plan A, and that's why I like to talk about it and let everyone know kind of how people got into it, because it's not always the same. It's okay. Raina, her dog's here, if you're not watching on YouTube. So yeah, tell us about yourself. Tell us how you got into nursing, why you got into it.
I also think it's funny that you're like, I've been following you for a while, because when you followed me back, I think I fangirled and messaged you. I was like, oh my God.
Honestly, on the way over here, I was like, I'm anxious. I'm getting anxious to meet her. It's weird. You like start fangirling over people. You're like, oh, because I've just seen you online.
Mm-hmm. I know. It's like,
it's in real life.
I know you, but I don't.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'm Paige. I already forgot the questions. I'm a nurse. Okay. Whenever people ask me what kind of nurse I am, I just say like ER nurse to simplify it.
Yeah.
Honestly, no one on my unit really knows what kind of nurses we are, because we are technically ER, but we're also like ER obs step down.
Overflow kind of?
So like we get a lot of outside hospital transfers that need like a higher level of care. So we take like ICU patients from other hospitals, and they come directly to us.
Oh, okay.
So they're usually shit shows.
Oh, yeah.
Like we're calling like rapids and stats as soon as they get there.
All
like
the time.
So we get like all types of patients, like outside hospital transfers. We get direct admits from our clinics. We get ER overflow. It's kind of a little bit of everything, but we're not like a floor, because we still send everyone up to the floors. So we're like a middleman. We're kind of useless.
Okay. Useless. I don't know. It kind of sounds like you have a lot of hats.
It's nice though. It's like a tiny, tiny little unit. It's literally a unicorn job.
Wow.
Everyone on my unit
honestly
loves it.
You've been saying that online. I'm like, what? Where do you work?
I have the
kinda
best freaking job ever.
Okay, this is something, sidebar. This is something I tell a lot of new grads. This is what happens. Is that like if you're at a toxic work environment, they do exist. Good units exist. You might have to look for a little bit.
Exactly.
But they do
Even
exist.
my first job, like it wasn't so much toxic. It was just a lot. Like I remember having like up to 7 patients as like a brandy new nurse, and like all the older nurses that were always overwhelmed had like 3, and I'm like, why the frick do I have 7?
Why is it 7?
But at least everyone was like super nice and welcoming. It wasn't like toxic, like mean girl vibes.
Yeah.
But like even then, non-toxic work environments,
They do
absolutely exist.
They do. That's really great.
But yeah, my unit is amazing. We technically have management, but they don't sit on the floor. So it's like,
that's what I like about,
and we get a heads up when they're coming.
That's the nice thing. I feel like ER, I'm ICU, but I feel like I have more ER vibes, especially like if I could work night shift, I would, but the way my mental health is set up, there's just no way I can do night shift.
Yeah, no.
There's just no way.
I never have, and I don't think I ever will.
No, I did as a tech, and as a nurse, I was like, I cannot do it.
I always say like, maybe I'll try it, and then like it comes time to do it, I'm like, no,
never.
Just kidding.
Take it back.
I'm gonna go to bed.
I don't want to.
Y'all have fun.
Exactly. Also, like, I'm not meant to be up at night.
No.
And some people thrive. Some people
I know.
thrive in it.
I know. Some people are like, swear by night shift. They're like, I would rather stab a baby than ever work days. I'm like, y'all are fucking hardcore.
They're serious.
Y'all are built different.
You're a cult.
Yeah.
Because there's just no way.
All right. We're not forcing you.
Yeah, it's okay.
You guys can have it.
You can
please take it.
I don't want any part of it. No, that's exactly how I feel. How long have you been a nurse?
I'm coming up on my 3-year anniversary in like 2 weeks, I think.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah. Okay, so you worked, you started right during COVID, kind of. Well,
yeah,
maybe a little after.
Yep, right in 2021.
Okay.
Right when it was kind of like dying down.
Okay.
Like that we were finally allowed visitors again. So.
Wow. And you started in the ED or in
med-surg
okay.
tele / surgical step down.
How did you do that?
it was rough.
It was hell.
Like I said, 7 patients at once.
That's why I was like 7 patients. It dials you into only a few specialties.
And they were all bedbound, trached, pegged.
Oh my God.
It was, those were some heavy freaking patients. And I remember thinking, like, when I came here, when I applied for this job, I had no idea what I was applying for. I just picked the one with the highest sign-on bonus.
As you should. As you should. Honestly, when you need money,
exactly,
get your bag.
So I was like, I don't know what I'm going into. I don't know if I'm going to hate it. Like, I don't know if it's going to be worse, if it's going to be better. And it turned out being absolutely amazing. But I was terrified because I'm like, I don't even think I could do this. Like, if it's worse, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
But I got very lucky.
That's really cool.
Yes.
Good for you. So when you decided you wanted to go into nursing, you already said like it wasn't your plan A. It wasn't my plan A either.
Yeah, when I was in high school, no one explained to me how college and majors worked. And I feel like, well, they didn't explain to us in high school how any adulting worked.
True.
So I kind of just I went to a party school at first. I went to Keene State College, if you know, you know. And
okay, J-Lo. If you know, you know.
If you know, you know. I'm Jenny from the block. But I went to Keene State College just because, like, I'm like, I don't know what the hell I want to do. I just want to go to college and have fun.
Yeah.
So I went in undecided with, like, health sciences in mind, thinking, like, oh, I'm super into the gym. Maybe I'll be, like, a physical therapist or, like, some type of sports medicine. I don't know, like an athletic trainer. And turns out you have to actually, like, go to school for that. I had no idea. So they were like, yeah, like, you have to, like, declare like PT as your major and like do all the classes for it. You can't just like take meteorology and like expect to be a physical therapist. I'm like, weird, no one said that. So then I was at Keene State for like a year and a half doing like a bunch of bullshit classes, like I said, meteorology, social justice, ethics, like I don't know, just
the basics.
Yeah,
just trying to get through.
Yeah, and I mean I didn't go to any of them, so it doesn't even matter. But yeah, that's Keene State for you. I still got a 4.0 and I didn't go to any of my classes.
How? So I was suffering.
Yeah, go to Keene if you don't want to go to school. But I was there for a year and a half, and then I started having like roommate issues.
Yeah. I did too.
Yeah, I loved them all. It just ended up like not really working out. Like I kind of got like going out of my system the first semester. Like we were going out like 5 nights a week. Like
Good
we
for
would get
you.
home at like
get it done.
Literally like 3 a.m., 4 a.m. Like I remember my roommate and I would wake up at 5 a.m., look at each other like, what the fuck happened? If we even made it home that night, I don't even know. But we'd be like, what the fuck happened? Like try to piece together the night and then we'd go back to bed. Yeah. So I got that like out of my system the first semester, and then I started dating this guy and I stopped kind of going out. He was a senior, I was a freshman. So like he would go out and I would just like hang out in his apartment. And so I would come home back to my dorm room and it would be like a fucking disaster. So I would clean up the whole thing and then the next day,
roommates.
because they would all like party and pregame in my room, which is like fine, but like I would come home and like my shoes would stick to the ground.
No.
And yeah, it was really gross. And so like I would come home, clean, go back, and then come home the next morning and it would do the same thing. So I just started getting like really fed up, and I think they kind of saw me more as like a Karen roommate than anything, because like I would get annoyed that my room was disgusting. I know, right? And so like I was like, whatever, like I'll just stay out of your guys' hair, and I like would stay at my boyfriend's house. And then so sophomore year came and it was the same thing, except now I had 7 roommates instead of 1 because we got a suite.
Oh, okay.
And so I would clean my room and the common area and the kitchen and like everything. And it was just the same thing. And we ended up having problems. And so I was like just so ready to leave Keene. And my best friend at the time was like, hey, I'm going to go to nursing school. Do you want to come? I was like, why not?
Let's try it.
And that's how I ended up in nursing school.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, it's just, I'm like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. So nursing school sounds great. Actually, let's go. I'm like, they always have jobs. They make good money. Let's do it.
That's literally very similar to me. I went to school. I was a little different. I knew I wanted to be a vet. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I loved animals.
Be a vet growing up too.
I feel like a lot of people.
First, it was a princess, and then I'm like, okay, I got to be a little bit more realistic.
Mine was a snake, and I was like, you can't do that.
I don't know. Some people grew up to be snakes.
They do though.
So
I'm glad I didn't though. You know what I mean? It could have been bad.
Yeah, no, I don't recommend it.
So I decided vet school, almost 4 years, and then I was working for a vet, and I was like, she seems really depressed. And little fun fact, that's like the top career. How do you say it? Like statistically,
Oh yeah,
they're
like
more likely to commit suicide.
yeah, and it's like I mean, all these
they have those-
animals are so sweet and innocent. At least some people that are sick are shitty people,
See,
and it makes it a little bit easier.
It does, because
Like
the
I
animals
walk
are
in and
always
you're
innocent.
sick, and you're like, "Fuck you." I'm like, "All
Exactly.
right."
Exactly. I'm like, okay, we see how you got here.
Yeah,
It's
but-
not always their fault, but with the animals, it's always the owner's fault
Yep.
for the most part.
Yep.
For the most part. People don't use preventative care. People don't care. People want to
People
put
leave
down.
shit laying around and they eat it.
you
People's
know,
kids fucking hurt.
I almost.
We don't want kids.
Let's talk about leaving shit around. I did leave my tampons in my trash for about the 7th time, and my dog did eat them.
So I flush them.
I'm about to start flushing them because I can't, for the love of God, figure out why he won't stay out of the fucking trash. We shut the door. Anyway, I got a good talking to from my vet. She was like, this could have been bad. I was like, I mean, it is my fault.
Yeah.
I take full responsibility. He did barf up 7 tampons.
Oh my god.
Used.
Damn.
So that was pretty embarrassing. But besides the point. So it's decided not on vet. I was like, maybe I'll do geology. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Everyone in Oklahoma wants to go to the oil rig for some goddamn reason. So I was like, oh, let's do that. So let's go look at geology. No, not that. First class, we were licking rocks to see if they had salt content in lab. And I was like, this is not for me. I did not know why. I thought they were trying to make it fun. Anyway, pivoted
Hey
out of
guys,
that.
we're gonna look some rocks today.
I was like, that's fucking weird. That's really weird. So pivoted out of that. Dental hygiene. They sat around to me, they sat around too much. I didn't want to sit so much. Like, I don't want to sit
Yeah.
behind a desk. I don't want to sit in a chair so much. I feel like they sat a lot.
I don't want office chair butt.
I don't want. And apparently they make a really cool chair, but it wasn't for me. So I was like, you know what? I don't know what I want to do with my life. This is over like the course of 5 or 6 years at this point. Really, really confused. Decided to take a break. I was a nurse tech at this point. One of my friends, Katie, if you're listening, one of my friends was like, why don't you just become a nurse? And I was like, you guys make decent money, can make decent money. Is it the best? No. But the flexible schedule really got me. I was like, the 3 days a week
3
thing.
da's a week. Yes, please.
I love it.
Self-schedule.
Yes.
Okay.
That's what I wanted.
Yeah.
So I was like, was it about helping people? Truthfully, no. That's like the bonus with nursing is you get to help people sometimes.
Right.
And sometimes is like the key word because I feel like most of the time we're not doing shit.
Mm-hmm.
But it is fun and rewarding sometimes. That's kind of where I went that route.
Yeah.
But I feel like a lot of people like to shit on that. Like, oh, you're not passionate about it, so you shouldn't be there. What are you
I
talking about?
hate that. Like, oh, nurses are just in it for the money. I'm sorry. What do you think jobs are for?
Literally. That's why I applied. Also,
You're right. I became a nurse because I actually love wiping ass.
Literally.
It's my favorite thing.
I love being yelled at. I love
Yeah.
getting urine poured on me.
It's
screamed
amazing.
at. It's so fun.
It's awesome. My favorite thing.
It's honestly what makes us funny, though, I feel like.
And yeah, the dark sense of humor.
Dark system humor. And some people don't like that either. And I'm like, this
No.
page isn't for you then.
No, I know. I get those comments all the time. Like, this isn't funny. I'm like, then keep scrolling. This isn't for you then.
This is not, it was never meant for
Especially
you.
on the CPR video. They're like, someone's dying. I'm like, actually, no one is. I'm doing CPR on a bed.
That's no one's underneath me right now. This is fake.
Oh, it's not funny to film myself saving somebody's life and singing while I do it? I don't know.
Weird.
The patient that was doing it, that I was doing it on, thought it was hilarious.
They thought it was funny. It's just like, also, a lot of the stuff is made up.
Yeah.
All my stuff.
Yeah.
It's a combination of stories, things I've heard, it's not real.
Exactly.
Calm down. It's not that deep.
It's not that deep. It's TikTok.
It's TikTok.
Social media.
It's 7 seconds. You don't have to create my whole life out of
Yeah,
7
I know.
seconds.
And if you're so butthurt and bent out of shape about it,
makes me mad.
maybe social media is not for you.
Literally. Honestly, I need to think like that more because being on social media, sometimes, I think it depends on how I'm feeling, but sometimes it really pisses me off to where it hurts my feelings. Does that happen to you?
Yes. Normally, okay, so I just started cross-posting all my stuff to Instagram, and I avoided it for so long because
Okay,
I
I wondered
know
why because I was like, look at
people
you.
are so much meaner on Instagram.
Oh, they are.
And the problem with that is that Instagram's community guidelines are very lax. So I can say whatever I want, and then Adam has to remind me, like, hey, people see that. And I'm like, ugh.
He's my voice of reason.
Yeah,
too.
exactly. We all need one because I avoided Instagram for so long because I just knew people were going to be so much meaner. And as soon as I started cross-posting, I was like,
There it
this
is.
is why I avoided it. You guys suck.
They do.
Yeah.
I feel like it's because I'm gonna say this and it's gonna piss this generation off, but it's boomers that
Yeah.
are
Oh,
leaking
because they're
into
not on
Instagram.
TikTok. Yeah, exactly. They
Stay
don't know how to
off.
work TikTok, so they just stay on Instagram.
Yes. And there's Facebook. I
Oh
post.
my
I don't
God.
even look. I post on.
I set up my Instagram so that it automatically posts to my
Yes.
Facebook, and I don't have to look at it.
Don't look
I
at
have
it.
no idea what the comments are. I don't know how many
Don't.
followers. I don't know anything about Facebook. That's not my business.
It's so embarrassing. I'm like, you guys literally, it's strange. Aren't you the generation that told us that not to believe everything we see online?
Yeah.
And then you believe literally everything you see online.
Yeah, and you guys are like, I can't. Freaking nurses, they're always dancing on TikTok. It's like, no.
What's that? What's that
No.
ring in your nose? That used to be in my pigs back in
my
the day.
God.
Are you guys okay?
The amount of freaking comments on lose the nose ring, lose the booger ring. Aren't those for bulls? I'm like, if it's gonna keep you away, I'm gonna get more of them.
Please, I will do more.
I'll get
If
6
this
of
is
them.
what fires me as your nurse, I will keep it.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you. You're actually saving me from your shit.
Yeah.
I bring up like does social media get to you because the more people I meet, is I used to feel very isolated in that. Like, I'm too sensitive for this shit.
Right.
Because like people are fucking mean.
Yeah.
And then,
I've like mostly never given a single crap shit about what anyone thought of me. Like that's like my thing. The
That's a
second you stop
superpower.
caring about what other people think of you is the second you start being happy. And I've
a
like
superpower.
tried to live by that forever. Instagram kind of ruined it.
you're like, honestly, I started reading the comments.
And then Instagram it, and I literally can't read the comments. I have to like
Just don't
stop.
That's what I was gonna tell you. I was like, honestly, if they're getting to, just literally don't. One of my friends has just started her social media journey, and similar, she's getting a lot of hate comments, and I'm like, stop interacting
Yeah.
with them, because the moment you do, that like
And then
fuels
like
their
people
fire.
notice it too. They're like,
Yeah.
she responds to only hate comments. I'm like, yeah, because you guys piss me off.
Yeah, because you're pissed.
Yeah.
Because also like we're human. At the end
Yeah,
of the
I'm
day.
like a regular person. I'm not just like
Thank you.
some
AI?
Like, yeah, I'm real, guys. I have feelings.
This
like,
is real.
so weird that people like just think it's okay to just like say nasty things online and like, are you?
And get away with it.
Yeah, like what's wrong with you?
I know, but it is projecting.
Seriously, I know. I posted the thing about I don't date nurses. They're all red flags. The men came out of the
so
woodworks
mad.
and they're like, we don't want to date you either. Oh, you're proving their point. I'm like, oh no, boo hoo.
Are you okay?
Are you? Do you have something you want to talk about?
Do you need therapy?
You might need
I
therapy.
hate it, and it's okay. Go
Yeah,
for it.
you might not need my kind of nurse, but you might need a psych nurse.
You might, because something's wrong here.
Yeah, like that's weird.
Why are you so bent out of shape?
I'm like, yeah, get help.
Calm down.
Clearly I struck a nerve.
It's not that deep. But yeah, it's clearly you struck a nerve. Like, it's projecting. Just as someone tried to call you a mean girl recently.
Yeah, she said she made a comment about my eyebrows, and like that was another thing on TikTok. I get like so much about my eyebrows and how like I have eyebrow blindness, and like they're like, what's wrong with her
blindness?
eyebrows?
What's eyebrow blindness?
That, you guess you have like shitty eyebrows and you have no
I don't have
idea.
shitty eyebrows. That pisses
Thank
me
you.
off when people say shit like that. Honestly, so I saw this teacher on TikTok. If I can find it, I'll link it. But I saw this teacher on TikTok, and she's teaching her fourth graders that if what you say to someone they can't change in 30 seconds
yeah,
or less,
then shut the fuck
then
up about
shut
it.
the fuck up about it. Adults need to know that.
Yeah.
Why are you talking about someone's appearance in 2024? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like not everyone was born like looking like I don't even freaking know.
Like, what do you look like? You're probably bald.
Yeah,
half
it's
the
always
time
the
they are.
it's always the faceless profiles.
It
too.
always is.
It's like let's see what you look like.
Exactly.
And God forbid you say anything back too, and then they play victim like that girl did. She's like, ooh, eyebrow blindness is still alive and well, unfortunately. And honestly, I was kind of a dick back. Like, but I mean, you deserve it. I said, unfortunately, so are you. And then she was like, oh, keeping the mean girl thing alive. I'm like, what did you
It's
expect?
not mean girl. It's you standing up for yourself.
Yeah, I'm like,
Shut
what did
the
you expect?
fuck
I
up.
made like a sly, witty, maybe not
thought it was funny.
super witty. I mean, yeah. Like,
that's the video I
just
originally
matched
saw.
your energy. I just thought of the first freaking thing that came into my head, and I said
Exactly.
it.
And
So
then
clearly
what-
so did you.
If I clicked the comment and I went back, she deleted her comment.
Of course.
So I was like, what was she even fucking talking about? She can't even stand behind it because it was a shit take. I hate.
So annoying. I know.
I also hate the whole like. Sorry, I think I might have a booger. I also hate the like
Got
mean
booger ring.
The mean girl thing. Yeah, booger ring. The mean girl thing about like all my high school bullies turned into nurses or something like that. Honestly, look around. Everywhere you work, there's bullies.
Everywhere. And that's what I said the other day. I was like, there's a lot of mean girls in nursing, but there's a lot of mean girls everywhere. People only say that because nursing is a female-dominated field.
Exactly.
And if it wasn't, no one would care. No one would say
Exactly.
anything because I promise you, corporate girls are so much worse.
Exactly.
Because corporate is toxic and evil, and it's all like a competition.
Yep.
So they're so much worse.
But if they were men, guess what? It wouldn't be mean.
No,
It would be their stern. They're
and leaders.
Leaders.
Listen,
Fuck off, dude.
my mom used to go to freaking war for me with my teachers because she'd get calls all the time. Like, Paige is bossy. Paige always has to be the line leader. She's always telling people what to do.
Leader?
And my mom said to my 4th grade teacher, Mr. Kenyon, if you hear this, fuck you. She said, like, if she was a boy, would this be a problem? Would we be having this conversation? And they're like,
go Mama Paige.
she's like, I don't want to hear it. If you ever call me again with some type of bullshit like this, I'm going to hang up on you.
That is badass.
So my mom,
That's where
she's
you got,
always sticks up for me
that's
on
where
my
you got
side.
it.
Oh yeah, no, I always say, like, she's worse than a Karen. She's a Susan.
Is that her name?
Her name's Susan. But it's not because, like, she's a Karen. It's because she is right in what she says, and like, she, like, it's, I don't even know how to explain it.
No, it makes sense.
Yeah, she's like a Karen, but she's right.
She knows what the fuck she's talking
Yeah,
about.
and she doesn't take your fucking bullshit.
I love that.
Yeah, it's like Karen vibes, but she's right, so you can't say anything about it.
Yeah. No, but
If that makes sense.
Karens aren't ever, they're not right. But yeah, so she's a Susan.
Exactly.
I love
She's
shit.
terrifying.
Honestly, that's really cool to hear. So you have a good relationship with your parents.
I am very lucky to have, like, an amazing relationship with my parents. They're like my best friends.
Yeah, that's awesome. Because I think I saw another video of yours where you, like, surprised your dad.
Yeah.
It was really cute.
Oh
I was
yeah,
like,
he cried after that. A lot.
wish I could experience that someday.
You can share my
It's
parents
like, oh,
with me.
that's so cute. Wow. No, but I think that's really cool because the other big topic we're going to talk about very soon is child-free. Mm-hmm. And something I got told a lot or got questioned about whenever I first started saying, like, I don't want kids.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of, like, randomly pivoting, but it makes sense. I was like, I don't want kids. And people would say, do you think it's because of your childhood? You think that's why?
No.
And it's nice to hear from you. You had a solid childhood. You have solid
Childhood,
parents.
still don't want fucking kids.
And you still don't want kids. And I'm like, thank you.
My parents didn't either. Yeah.
No, that's what my mom said.
Yeah.
And I've told so many people, my own mom, me and my mom don't have the best relationship, but one thing we can agree on is she didn't want kids, and she wasn't saying it hateful to me.
Right.
She was like encouraging me. You don't want kids? I didn't either. Don't do it. Don't listen to society.
Don't let people pressure you into
Don't
it,
let
because
people
the
pressure
worst,
you.
what's worse than not having kids and regretting not having kids is having kids and
Not
regretting having kids and resenting them. Like,
yes.
I don't know. Everyone's like, you're selfish. I'm like, to who?
To who?
To the unborn child that's not even
That doesn't exist.
not even created yet. The sperm and the egg have literally not even met.
No.
So who am I being selfish to?
Exactly.
The overpopulated world?
The 600,000 kids in foster care.
Yeah. If I decide I want kids, I'll adopt. Thanks.
That's exactly how I am.
But I will not be making any.
That's exactly how I am. And I'm like so much more firm about it now. But when my husband and I got married 10 years ago in October.
Oh my God,
I was
congrats.
pretty much like a child bride. It's not a big deal. Not really. I was an adult, guys. I was an adult, but I felt like a child. Looking back,
I
I'm
still
like,
feel like a child.
like, what? I know. I don't think I'm allowed to say that. My bad.
Are you okay? Blink twice if you need help.
So many blinks. No, I'm just kidding. But I was like freshly 22 years old. It's practically a child.
I'm 25 and
I was
I
gonna say,
feel
how
like
old
a
are
child.
you?
25.
25. All right. Oh.
And a half.
And half.
And a half.
You have to say the half. When's your
The
birthday?
half matters, November.
Okay. 26 coming up. But I like look back and I'm like, everyone, right when we got married, the night of our wedding, I remember people saying, oh, so when are you going to pop one out? When are you going to pop one out? And I was like, that's crazy. That's crazy to
What
ask.
a weird question.
What a weird question to ask.
Hey, when
are
are
you
you
guys
guys
going to
gonna
have
fuck?
sex? I'm like,
You guys fucking
it's a little
soon
weird.
or what?
Like, now it's okay? Now it's okay that we go fuck? Is that what you're telling me? Because
How long should we wait?
it's just fucking weird. But I remember telling people like, oh, we're going to think about it. Yeah, maybe soon. Because I was so uncomfortable. And the more I got asked, I was like, fuck, I don't think I want them.
It's
And
my
like-
favorite thing to shut people down with it now. My patients ask all the time, oh, do you have any kids? No. Oh, do you want any?
Nope.
Nope. They're like, oh, you'll change your mind. Nope.
I love having
Bet
the
you I
conversation.
won't. Me too, because I've got so many reasons.
Yes.
And then we made that the video about like, I don't want kids. I don't want them either.
And you're
They're
like, oh, why are we
expensive.
fighting?
And then they got the amount of views and the amount of people saying like, you're gonna regret it. You're who's gonna take care of you when you're old? First of all, that's not what kids are for. That's
Thank
what's
you.
selfish.
Thank
Calling
you.
me selfish for not having kids, but then they're like, who's gonna take care of you when you're old? Like you had kids to be a burden to them. That doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
It's like, I mean, the only thing I said was they're expensive because, like, I don't owe you an explanation.
No.
Like, I have a laundry list of why I don't want freaking kids.
We can keep adding to the list. Have you seen that girl with the list of why she doesn't want kids?
Oh my God,
it's fantastic.
It's exactly.
Keep adding.
Keep adding. Keep going.
I want it framed. Like, you could put it right here.
And we have like, what, 8 billion people in this freaking world?
Exactly.
And you're really butthurt over one more not being brought in?
You know, it's the I could put my tin hat on, but I'm not going to. But it's like, it's just weird. Why do you want us to have more kids? There's already kids that are not taken care of.
Yeah, like, why do you care so much about what I do in my house?
My vagina. It's kind of fucking weird. I don't want to reproduce.
Yeah, no.
When I first started telling people, same things, like, you'll change your mind. I was like, okay. Like, first of all, when I was younger, I had no spine. I had no voice for myself. Like, it took a while.
I was raised by a Susan. So.
See, I needed a Susan. But
I think that's why everyone says the intimidating and mean girl thing, because I don't take shit and
See,
I'm
and
gonna
this
stand
is
up
what
for myself.
you were telling me. You were known as aggressive, and that's
Yeah.
not the same as mean girl. And I
Right.
think what you meant was
I mean,
passionate.
everyone on TikTok says, like, you give mean girl vibes, or like, why so aggressive? Why so angry? I'm like, it's not
It's not the
angry and
same.
aggressive. It's passionate. But then I ended up running with the aggressive thing, and now my thing is mildly aggressive. Like,
But it's cute. It's like cute in a way, and also you're not. I don't view it as aggressive like towards other people. You're aggressive with like what you believe.
right. Like, I believe in what I believe in, and I'll go to the ends of the earth
Exactly.
for I will fight whoever I
And
need
you're
to.
teaching other women it's okay to do that.
Right.
That's why I initially
Like,
was
don't let
like,
people put you in a
this
freaking
is
box.
kinda cool. Exactly.
Right?
Exactly.
I
That's
know
why
people
like,
expect
started
women
following
to
you.
like submit and to like,
obey.
yeah, exactly. No. Have
I will
kids.
twitch.
Shut up. Do the dishes and have kids.
Make me a
And
sandwich.
be a good, yeah, right. Make me a sandwich. Be a good housewife. No.
No.
Fuck that.
I'm not into the trad wife thing.
No.
Like, it's not my thing. If there's women out there that apparently love it, and that's fantastic.
Yeah, good for you.
Good for
if
you.
that's what you want to do, absolutely. I personally
Allow me
could not.
exact. Oh, I was just telling Jared, if I was raised like back in the days where they like hung people for being witches and shit, I'd be
wouldn't have
dead.
made it this far.
I wouldn't have made it this far. I'd be dead.
Right out the womb. 6 years old, I probably would have.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't know. I don't know. I have such a problem with people telling other people what to do with their lives when it's not harming you or themselves or someone else.
Right.
And so it's weird. It's like weird that you're that invested in other people and having kids.
Yeah. It's like, worry about yourself.
Are you gonna pay for them?
Right.
I don't want to pay for them.
I know.
I can't. We were just talking about. We can't even afford a house.
Free.
They're
Unless
not
you're in
free.
any other country.
That's true. That's true. Let's talk about that.
That's all right. Maybe if I was living in another country, then this would be a different conversation. But even then, it's like, still don't want to like rent out my body to a parasite for 9 months. But thanks.
I don't. And also the like you said, I think what do you call it? Like the thing people say the most is who's gonna take care of you when you're older? I think that's my least favorite excuse.
Me, the nurse, the nurses.
Exactly. And I feel like nurses understand and healthcare workers understand that they're not gonna take care of you when you're
No,
older.
it's like, do you know how many old people
Die alone?
even though they have kids?
A lot.
Yeah.
I work in the ICU.
It's like nobody visits them.
It's fucking sad.
Nobody visits them. It's freaking sad.
Yeah.
It's like,
And you know, maybe
just because you have kids doesn't mean they're gonna be there for you because
Exactly.
you could be a shitty parent.
Exactly. And it's not. It's
And
like
the fact that you're
frustrating.
commenting on what other people are doing with their lives tells me that you're probably like not the greatest person.
Exactly. You're so close-minded.
Yeah.
that-
If you're telling me who's gonna take care of me when I'm older, chances are it's your kids are not going to be taking care of you when you're older.
Exactly. It's
Probably
like
suck.
I have friends too. They're like, that's the reason they had kids is that thought. And
I don't
like,
want to be alone when I'm older. Like,
What if God forbid something happens to your kid in the middle of that? What if they're not there?
what if
They
God
don't
forbid
want you.
something happens to you?
Exactly. It's just no one's really thinking it through.
Yeah.
That's why I like having this conversation. That's why I was really excited when you wanted to talk about it
Yeah.
because I feel like the more people talk about it, the more women will realize they have a choice in the matter, and
Like, we are not just meant
we're not
for
just
birthing.
objects. Yeah, dear.
Not anymore, at least.
Yeah, we're not. Yeah, Gilead kind of scares me, but
Oh no.
but it's not. Yeah. But it's just, I don't know. It's nice that more and more people are talking about it.
Yeah.
Because, like I said, when I was younger, I had a lot of guilt or like shame. I would say shame for not being like all the other women around me or my friends that were already having kids or family specifically, like just questioning me
Right.
constantly. And I'm like, what do I have to say to you for you to believe me?
Yeah.
I don't want them.
And I was just like,
You're
I'm
just
still a
young.
child myself. I think my grandma had my mom when she was 26, and like I'm about to be 26, and I would still consider that a teen pregnancy if I were to have
It's
a baby.
100% a teen pregnancy.
No, thank you. I cannot. I can barely take care of myself, dude.
No,
No, thanks.
no. It's just not a. Also, it just. There's. Yeah, the list goes on and on.
Yeah, and it's like also like yeah. Again, if I change my mind, I can adopt. I don't want to ever make a child, but I would love to
Support a child.
save a child one
Yeah.
day if that comes to
We
being
said
something
the
I want to
exact
do.
same thing.
Yeah, it's like,
'Cause
why
I'm
do
not-
you need to make more?
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie, those videos like around the holidays, I don't know if they circulate here, but I always somehow get a video of like a foster kid almost selling themselves to be adopted by Christmas.
Oh, I don't think I've ever seen that.
So I'm from Oklahoma and I saw one, it was like on the news and it broke me down. I was like, why on earth, personally, because I don't want kids, why would I have another one when there's one literally like a 10-year-old trying to sell themselves as to why they're good enough to be adopted?
Right.
That breaks my fucking heart.
Adopt, don't shop.
Adopt a shop! Yes, in every way possible.
Applies to kids too.
I knew we'd be friends. That's literally my favorite thing ever. But that just kind of like, I don't know. If we have kids, we would adopt
Yeah,
something
same.
or foster or something.
Same.
I'm just like, I just don't. There's no reason for me personally to have a kid. And I'm not shitting on people that want kids. That's fantastic if
I
you
also
want
have
it.
horrid genetics.
What do you mean?
Like, well, Adam, first of all, can't even breathe in his sleep on his own. Sorry, Adam. Love you. He has like the worst sleep apnea. I have to like kick him like 97 times.
Are
in
we
a row.
married to the same person?
Dude, he did like the sleep apnea study, and they said he had like 72 events within an hour. He's like, I stopped breathing more than once a minute.
It's not funny.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
It's a little funny.
I just got a
It's a little-
like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, like he tried the CPAP thing because of his beard. Like they did like the nose one.
Does he
and
hate it?
He got rid of it
This
like
one?
yesterday.
So
He's getting his tonsils out now.
Really?
Like he's 30 years
Try
old
to
getting his
help?
tonsils out.
is that an option?
Yeah.
That helps?
There's like
You're
a
next,
bunch
buddy.
of different things. They have like
Does
you
he
can get your
snore?
tonsils out. Yeah. Like it sounds like he could inhale a small child when he snores. But like you can get your tonsils out, you can get your tongue reduced in size.
I don't know. I like his.
I know. I'm like, don't reduce your
Let's-
tongue
let's-
size. Anyways,
let's-
that's for
anyway,
a different
next time.
podcast.
It's not for here.
And they have this thing called an Inspire where they put like something right here and then they put like a stimulator in your chest.
Oh.
So every time you inhale, the nerve stimulator like signals your tongue to like move
You
the
guys
fuck
have
out of
done
the
way
way.
more research than I have, and I like that.
Yeah, it turns out you don't actually have to die in your sleep all the time.
Oh,
Right.
interesting. Or you don't have to suffer from hearing them snore.
I know.
Because there's about to be pillow therapy next time I hear it.
Yeah, no, I'll literally, I know it's fucked up because he stops breathing in his sleep, but when he snores, I'll plug his nose. And then when he wakes up, I'll like pretend to like be asleep.
like,
I'm like, oh my God, what happened?
So crazy.
But unless you're Adam listening to this, I'm lying. I don't do that.
Exactly. I don't blame you, honestly. The snores are bad. I'm about to move rooms. That's also another controversial take, but honestly, apparently it saves marriages.
I know so many people who sleep in different rooms.
I'm about to.
My ex-boyfriend's parents, his stepdad built his mom a whole apartment in their house because he wanted a new garage. So
Yeah.
he built himself a 3-bay garage, and above that 3-bay garage is an apartment that is her room. It's got a kitchen, it's got a bathroom, bedroom, closet. It has everything.
It's her little
and he
oasis.
sleeps on the opposite side of the house, and they're madly in love.
See, that's what I'm saying. It might come to that because he won't wear a
I know
CPAP.
so many people whose parents sleep in completely different sides
it's
of the
okay.
house, and it's like, okay,
All right. I'm putting that in my possibilities.
yeah, right, that's an idea.
Possibilities in my brain.
I also don't like to be touched when I sleep, so
Um,
you're gonna get karate chopped.
yeah, I don't either. Actually, we already use separate blankets because
Yep.
apparently I hog all the blankets.
Yeah, I do that too.
So we already separate blankets already. We tried the cuddle thing just probably because of TV. Who's cuddling when they sleep?
No,
It's
I'm gonna
fucking
sweat.
weird.
We're gonna wake up stuck together.
together.
No thanks.
And I like to be big spoon, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah.
So it's like not gonna work.
I
that
don't
way.
like to be constricted.
No, me neither. That's
Yeah,
why
no.
I'd rather. It's just not people. I don't believe people fall asleep like that.
No.
I think it's a lie.
No, it's definitely a lie.
fucking
Unless I'm like drunk.
Exactly. That's a little different. You like wake up tangled. You're like,
Like, ooh, I gotta get out of here.
it's a little weird. So how did you and Adam come to the decision that you don't want kids, like together?
So he's always really loved kids, and
Yeah.
he always kind of had the idea that he definitely wanted kids.
Yeah.
But like the more we got to know each other, and the more like we just saw what was going on in the world, we were like, maybe that's not a great idea. Like, especially once we moved here and like saw how different states and different cities and like how everything is like so different, because like Connecticut is very much like a Democratic state versus Tennessee is very much Republican, and just
Yeah.
seeing like the differences and like the lack of like, and I mean now reproductive health care is illegal here, and it's like just
I could do a
seeing that
podcast
kind
on
of
that.
stuff like terrifies me, because
Yeah.
like what if, God forbid, I have a daughter who gets pregnant or raped
Yeah.
at 14, 15, 16 years old,
Yeah.
and like what do? I don't want my kids to have to go through the shit that we're all going through right now. I don't
Yeah.
want my kids to not be able to afford to live. I don't want them to have to worry about like affording shelter. I don't want them to have to worry about getting bullied, and like the suicide rates in kids these days is
fucked up.
insane.
Yeah.
That and like just like the mental health crisis in this country. Like I'm all set. My mental health isn't good enough to have somebody who I have to take care of who also has mental health issues.
I totally
That would be
agree.
selfish of me to have a child when I can't even take care of my own mental health, you know?
Snaps, claps all around. That's exactly how I feel.
Yeah.
You put it into perfect, like you put it perfectly. That's exactly how I feel. I feel like, and then when you explain that to other people,
Yeah.
they still don't understand.
It's not clicking.
It's not clicking. So to me, sometimes I'm like, this isn't even worth telling you.
Yeah.
Why I actually think I don't want, why I actually know I don't want kids,
Yeah.
but like all the thoughts I have about it.
And like, yeah, if you're going to have a kid and let them be who they are and
Love
respect
them.
every part of that. I mean, I'm not saying to shape your child into like,
Anything,
yeah,
but
but like let them be who they are. And like, I just don't even want to have to worry
do
about
it.
that, and just to like have a kid in that, like, oh God, like brain farting.
atmosphere.
Yeah, like just like with the thought process of like, I don't even know how to put it. Like the culture these
Yeah,
days is
yeah.
it just feels like everyone's like trying to like
One way or another.
push it. And if you're not accepting of it, you're homophobic.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, like, I don't know.
It's a lot deeper than just like, there's no one
there
way
should
to
have, it
answer
should
it.
never have gotten this confusing for children.
Yeah,
Like,
I totally.
like everyone, the whole like drag thing. I know there was like a huge thing about like kids at drag shows and stuff, and like, oh, you're gonna turn them gay. They're gonna turn, like, I'm like, what?
Calm down,
Dude, I grew up going to Provincetown, Massachusetts every single year. Do you know what that is? So it's like the very tip of Cape Cod, and it's like kind of like San Francisco with like the gay population. Like it's like a safe space. It is like you go on Commercial Street in P-Town, and like it's gay capital, gay central, like
Okay.
drag shows every corner, like
Yeah.
gay bars every corner. It's so much fun. Like
Yeah.
I grew up going to drag shows, and I freaking loved it. Am I a drag queen? Am I gay? No.
Did it make you?
Did
exactly.
it affect me at all? No.
Exactly.
But like I just think like the idea and like the thought process of like these kids being so like, of course they're impressionable, but like they're not as impressionable as like people are going to be who they are going to be. Like
Period.
whether like you can't turn someone gay.
Well, and it's because those people that think that way still think that being gay is a choice.
Yeah,
When
exactly.
they know who they love already.
Yeah, exactly.
So that's kind of where it's like, you're not going to get it from the beginning because you don't understand the underlying
yeah.
foundation.
Like all these people saying like, I don't want my kids to turn up gay. Like if they're gay, if they're gay, they're gay.
This is why I'm from Oklahoma, and while I'm proud of where I was raised in a sense, I'm also not proud because it is one of the last states for everything. Education, racism is rampant there, and I didn't even
Just
recognize
like the
it.
South in general.
The South in
Coming
general.
down here, I was like, holy shit.
The South is so fucking embarrassing. Yeah. It's so embarrassing. And even being raised there and then leaving there, going to California, I had family members that wouldn't talk to me because I moved to California. I have family members, actually, none of my family has come to see me whenever I was living in California. I've been there for 4 years.
Right.
I'm like, guys, are you okay? You're not. It's a state. You don't have to believe
Yeah,
the
it's a
same
state,
way as
not a state of
everyone.
mind.
Exactly. I could go down this rabbit hole too, but being raised in a very and the South is known for being very conservative, very religious typically, and it's typically Christianity.
Right.
That's exactly how I was raised, and there's nothing wrong with people who want to believe in religion, but I'm personally not religious anymore
Same.
because of it.
Me too.
It fucked me up. And I was delayed in almost every aspect of society, realizing, holy shit, I grew up in a racist ass town. How embarrassing
Yeah.
of the shit that went on there.
Right.
But not knowing, because I was raised in a bubble. And I feel like all these people that think like this, they've never been outside of their hometown. Yeah. So it's not an excuse, but it's an explanation as to why they
Right.
are the way they are. Again, not an excuse. I do not condone it. But I'm just like, are you guys okay? It's fucking embarrassing at this point. A drag show is not going to make your kid gay because it's not
No.
a choice.
No. And like, first of all, if there's nudity, it's not a drag show.
Exactly. That's
not
for
what drag
adults.
is. Drag is dress up.
Drag's
actually.
really fun.
I fucking love drag.
I love drag.
It's so fun. If you've never been to a drag show, I'm sorry, but you're missing
It's
out.
the best entertainment.
So
They're
fun.
so talented.
And they're so nice.
They're so nice.
I remember meeting my first drag queen because I went to P-Town every year, and I think I was 4 or 5, and he was wearing this. He was very, very tall drag queen.
Was
and
it the
he
heels or
wearing
was he tall or both?
both? Like
Okay.
they in
Or
P-Town, they
she.
wear like.
I don't know.
I think
In drag,
I
do
think
they
it
go with
goes
she?
either way because
Okay.
I think they're usually like gay men that
Okay.
like to just dress
Dress
up
up?
in drag.
Okay.
But I think it can go either way.
Okay.
This one I know because I know who he is now. I can't remember his name, so I'm sorry. But he was wearing this beautiful green dress
Yeah.
and they had to have been 10-inch heels. And I looked up at him. I'm like, oh my God, I love your dress. And he was like, thank you. And I was like, and I looked at my dad and he's like, yeah, say you're welcome. I'm like, oh, you're welcome.
You looked at your dad.
I'm like, what? And he's like, do you want to take a picture? And I'm like, I don't know. But like, I don't know. I think it's so fun. I think they're
it's
so
cool,
fun.
though,
I
that-
think that it's great that they even put themselves out there and
Exactly.
like do that. Like, I would love to play dress up for my job.
I know. That's cool too that like your parents respect it too, because like I feel like that's a big reason. I mean, there's several reasons why I don't have a good relationship with my parents, but one of them is things like that. It's like
Right.
I can't even have actual real conversations about life with you because we just don't view anything the same.
Yeah.
Or like in a respectful manner to have a normal conversation about it. So it's like awkward.
Right. I know. I was very lucky to be raised by like very open-minded,
Yeah.
loving people.
Yeah.
So yeah, that sucks. I hate that some people just can't get past stuff like that.
I know.
Like,
It makes
what-
it really
It doesn't
awkward.
affect you.
It's like it's not it's deep, but it's not that deep. Like it's
Right.
not your life. So why are you so wrapped up in it?
Yeah, exactly.
So you and Adam came to the decision together pretty much just out of realizing like
Yeah, like
life.
just like especially moving here, like it's so expensive, and like we realized that we would rather live our lives and worry about ourselves and making ourselves like filling our cups first
Yeah.
before even thinking about having kids because like you can't pour from an empty cup.
say it all the time.
Yeah, right. And people call me cliche for saying that, but like it's fucking
It's true.
So true.
In every
you cannot
aspect of
pour from
life.
that. Yeah, exactly. You cannot pour from an empty cup, so don't even try.
Even from nursing.
Yeah.
Like, tell all the new grads, you got to take care of yourself.
Take care of yourself first. Yeah, you can't take care of other people unless you take care of yourself.
Right.
But like, we just realized how expensive everything is and where this world is going. Like we're on the brink of World War III. Like not to get political,
But seriously.
yeah, like I don't want to end up having a kid and for this, not even country, like the entire world to just go south.
Yeah.
And like, I mean,
And then what?
it's 93 degrees out.
And what time is it? It's 1 p.m. But it's like barely
It's been
into
like
summer.
hundreds. This world's dying, bro.
Yeah. And they still won't believe it.
Yeah, I just I don't know. I don't want to bring a child into a dying world. Like I'm pretty sure like
It'll end.
it's just only gonna get worse.
It is.
From here.
I totally
like not to
agree.
be like a negative Nelly.
Way to go, sound guy. God, he's still learning. No, I totally agree with you. I think that's really cool. Jared and I think we came to the conclusion because we were being asked so many times, and I've said this a million times, so I'm sorry if everyone's heard it, but we came to the conclusion because we finally sat down because I was so fucking anxious from constantly getting pressure from mostly women in our family, on both sides of just, when are you guys win? And I was like, I want to tell them I'm not.
Yeah.
And he was like, actually, I was thinking about it. I really don't want to be a dad. I was like, why didn't we have First of all, we're really lucky that we both agreed on this after we got married.
Yeah.
because I think we got married so young that we were just going through the motions. We've even said we got married way too fast. We would still be together. There was no rush though.
Right.
But again, growing up in a very religious conservative area,
I know there's like this push, this rush. Like
there's a rush. There's like, you guys are already living. There's a pressure. There's like shame. It's like, it's a bunch of bullshit in my opinion. But that's where we were. And we realized we didn't want kids. And when we sat down, we were like, well, what's a reason you do want kids? Mine was to name them. That's not really a great reason to have a kid.
How about Cody?
Chody. Chode. Exactly.
I love those videos.
Thank you. Exactly. It's just like, that's not a reason at all.
I know. It's like, I think about, like I see, like I get baby fever sometimes, don't get me wrong. Like
Sure.
I see these adorable children and then I'm like,
you would have a cute kid. You think
have
that way.
to clean up all their shit. You have to look after them. You have to provide for them. Literally, it's a 24/7 job. You don't get to clock out. Like, I don't want that. I don't want that part. I would love to be the cool aunt.
Me too.
I think they're great. I'm not saying I hate kids. Whenever I say I don't want kids, people are like, "Oh, you kick babies in your free
monster.
time." Like, no. Like, I'm like, I don't hate kids. I just don't want them in my house.
Yeah.
Like, and then people are like, I say like, I want to rent them. Like, oh, you want to babysit? I'm like, see, I don't even want to do that.
No, I don't want to. Now, my nieces and nephews, they've grown on me over the years. I'm like, they're fucking cool. They're fucking cool. They're cool little
Right.
kids. But they're not mine, too.
Exactly.
And I get to give them back. And I love you guys if
Yeah.
you're watching. I love them to pieces. I don't want that of my own.
Yeah.
Dear God.
And I feel like if you don't want kids and you force yourselves to have them,
That's
like
bad.
it's gonna ruin your marriage.
And I saw this comment, so I get a lot of like child-free stuff on my page, and then I also get the opposite as well of like women specifically pushing on other women why we're bad people for not wanting kids, which that'll get me all riled up. One of the comments was, "Ask any woman who's had a kid if she regrets it. I'll wait." Girl, a lot of them.
Girl, do you live under a rock?
You must live under.
My comment section on that video is filled with women saying, "I regret having my kids.
Yes.
If I could do it again, I wouldn't have them. I love them,
Exactly.
but I
That's
would
the
not
thing.
have them if I was given a second chance."
I think that they feel that they're not allowed to say it because that means they don't love them. You
Right.
can love your kids and realize,
yeah.
I didn't realize that this was a choice. A lot of women don't. That's
Yeah.
why I brought this topic up, because I was like, this is fucking amazing how much it's being talked about
Right.
more and more and more.
There are whole Reddit pages of people who regret their kids.
Yeah. I think one's called Child I Regret,
Yeah.
by the way.
There's
And it's
so many.
there is.
Like even just like, yeah, like I said,
Some
like
of my
even
best
just in
friends
my
have told
comment
me.
sections, like there are threads
Yes.
of people talking about how much they
Yes.
regret their kids.
And
like
it's-
most of them are saying like, I love them, but
Right.
some of them are not saying that. Though.
Yeah, some are
It's
like,
yeah, don't have
that's
kids
what
if
I
you
was
don't
talking
freaking want them. Mm-hmm. And that's why reproductive health care is so important.
It is important. That's why.
Because accidents happen, and just because you made a mistake doesn't mean you should have to live with it for the rest of your life.
And also, if someone says one more time, like, well, a consequence of having sex is having kids.
I'm sorry,
No,
men
don't get that consequence at all.
They
So-
can just be like, peace out, actually.
Exactly. Not to mention, sex is supposed to be enjoyable for both parties.
Yeah, I'm sorry, but
So
that's like
fuck
such
off.
an outdated mindset. And if you think that sex is just for
Get away from me.
procreation, yeah, get the fuck away
Get
from
the
me.
fuck away from me.
We're not the same. I don't want to be friends with you. I don't want to.
I don't
want
want
to
to hear
associate
it.
with you.
Same.
No, I'm sorry.
Same way.
That tells me that you view women as
Products.
yeah, like
Objects.
a means to an end.
Yeah.
You're just
You're a pig.
an oven for their bun.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'm sorry. Is this the 1800s?
That's what
Just double checking.
just double checking, because we are supposed to have rights. They are being taken away.
Yeah.
But
so
we are
we
supposed
like
to.
they want us to like be like these stay-at-home moms and like
These trad wives.
home builder, yeah, trad wives, home builders, homemakers, like have the dinner ready, but also we have to work.
Yeah.
But
Have you
also,
looked at
like,
the economy?
one income isn't enough to sustain life anymore. So have a full-time job, but also keep the house clean, take care of the kids, have dinner ready. Like, I'm sorry,
The list goes on.
that mindset needs to get left back when only one income was needed.
Yep.
So
Yep.
that doesn't make sense. Make it make sense, please, because it doesn't.
I totally fucking agree. I could talk about this all day with you.
I know, me too.
I won't shut the fuck up.
Same.
Pivot. I want to know how you got into social media.
Total accident.
Yeah, that's how it was for me too.
I always used to like. I was watching you. I was watching. I don't even know. I think I was watching Anna, Nurse John.
Yeah.
All of the nursing people, and I was like, that'd be so cool to like just be like a online influencer.
Yeah.
Be like no like real pressure of like being actually like famous, I guess.
Yeah.
But like, also, I could never do that. I'm like, I can't talk in front of a camera. I am not a likable person. I'm definitely, at least I thought. I guess
Yes,
people
you
like
are.
me, but I don't know why. I always thought, and I was an acquired taste because I mean the thing, like people are like, I always thought you were a bitch and intimidating before I met you. And I'm like,
Okay, that's something else I was going to bring up to you, that I feel like when people make those comments, it like sits with you throughout your life until
Yeah.
you start really believing these things about yourself that it
Yeah.
is not. It's literally projection from other people.
Right. Like I didn't have very many friends growing up, and turns out it's just because I have a very low tolerance for fake people and bullshit.
Yeah.
And so like I kind of equated that to not being likable.
Mm-hmm.
And so I just like grew up thinking,
When really you're probably just a little more mature, like knowing what you wanted from
right.
people.
And it's like I've always gotten that too. Like you're super mature for your age. Like, oh wow, like you're only
Yeah.
25. Oh, you're like my whole life. You're
Yeah.
only that. You act older. I'm like,
Well,
yeah.
thank
Thank you.
Yeah.
But it was a total accident. I never thought I'd be able to do any type of social media. Like, and when I literally pissed me off one day, and I made that video about
I know what you're talking about.
the don't make like, oh, you want me to say motherfucker to you? Like
Yeah.
when a nurse brings a new patient up right at shift change, and that was because PACU gave us report. They called us at 6:43. So our shifts are 6:45 to 7:15.
Okay.
We started our shift change at 6:45. So they called us at 6:43 to give us report on this patient, and we were like, hey, we're in the middle of report. Like,
Yeah.
can you wait like 10 minutes?
You have- oh,
and we'll call you back. Like
Yeah.
once the night nurse like is settled, like she'll call you back so she can get report. And they were like, no, we're doing it now. And so they called back literally a minute later, and they gave us report. The patient showed up. They gave us report on the wrong patient.
Oh, that would piss me off.
Yeah, dude. So the next day I was like, I was seething over it. I'm like, literally, like, you
Twitching.
told us this patient was, like, I think they told us, like, it was a 65-year-old female. They came in for this. They have these drains. They have, like, all this. And, like, we got, like, a 30-something-year-old patient who got a completely different procedure, had no drains. And we were like, what the, how do you fuck that up?
Who are you?
Where did the other patient go? Who just got a shit patient thinking they got a fucking walkie-talkie? So I just like seethed about it for days. And then
Yeah.
I like made that video as just like a ha-has, and it got like 5 million views. And like all of a sudden I had a shit ton of followers.
Yeah.
And then I got the notification, do you want to sign up for the creator fund? And I was like, what's that?
What is
What
happening?
do you mean? And so then I just kept making videos, and I taught myself about how to do it. I'm like, I mean, I went viral once, I could probably do it again.
Hell yeah.
And then I just kept doing it. And then all of a sudden I had all these followers.
Hell
And
yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I'm making money off of it.
Like, wait, it's
I
happening.
hate talking about that part. I feel like so shameful. But
I do
mean,
too. I do too. So I did like an income transparency post. Can you see me? I did an income transparency post similar to that, talking about that because people ask and people want to know. But then
But it's like I feel so dirty
some people really
talking
get
about it.
fucking mad. And I understand because we're all under like a lot of stress right now, especially financially. So I understand. But I bring it up because you can do it too.
Yeah. And like that's a prime example. I'm like, I could never
Literally.
do that. I'm like, I could never talk in front of a camera. I could never put myself out there. I could never like deal with the comments and like have people coming after your job. Like that was like the number
Yeah.
one thing that scared me, especially like the nurse thing, like during the pandemic when, I mean, yeah, they were making dancing videos and they were doing their nursing icks and yada, yada, yada. And people were getting fired for it. And I was like, I just don't
But you
want,
don't want that drama.
that to happen.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want the drama. I don't want like the fear of it.
Yeah.
But then like it happened and like I started making the extra money. I'm like, I need this.
Yeah.
And then so like I kind of like, maybe I can do this.
Hell yeah.
And turns out
You can.
you can.
You can.
Anybody can.
That's why I love it so much. I kind of started similarly. I actually had tried like a fitness page. I tried like a personal page. I tried everything. And I was like, you know what the fuck? I'm going to try a nursing page because all the people I followed as well. I was like,
Right.
I love their shit. I think it's
Yeah.
funny. Sometimes I think I'm funny. So like, I was like, I want to try it. Literally same thing. It happened for me. I was like, okay. So whenever I get these DMs, how can I start? I tell them
just
all,
do it.
just post. They're like, well, I'm not good at skits. You don't have to
You don't
be.
have to be. You don't have to be good at anything.
You don't really, you
You'll
literally
learn.
don't. Your face doesn't even have to be in it
Yeah.
for your account to blow up. Like there's
learn.
so many options.
I know.
And you learn.
And you can like see what other people are doing, see what
Yes.
works for them, and like
Yes. And
you
like
know, make it your own.
yeah, pick off like other people that you like. You're like, oh, what do you like about that? Do you like that it's cinematic? Do you like that they're silly? Do you like, I don't know, like do you
Yeah.
like that it's like UGC, it's just their hands
Yeah.
doing it? Like
Whatever you do, just be yourself.
be yourself.
The people that think they can't do it and then try doing it and they're like, see, I didn't do it. It's like because you're trying to be something you're not.
Yep.
Be yourself,
Yeah.
and people will like you.
Yeah.
If they like you, they're gonna like you. If they're gonna hate you, they're gonna hate you. You're not for everybody, and that's okay.
Exactly. You're not supposed to
find
be
your
for
people.
everybody either.
Like we said, there's 8 billion people in this world.
Yeah.
There's probably a few that are gonna like you.
And that's okay. I take those and I'm like, cool, good. So I'm getting somewhere. People don't
Even
like
if
me.
they don't like you,
It's a good
you can
thing.
still make a little bit of money.
You can make a little bit of money. That's why I always push it for people too, because I don't think people realize how much money's out there in social media.
Yeah. I
Until
know.
you're
Like,
making
you
it,
don't
then you're
have
like,
to post at all.
No.
I remember like when I first started, I'm like, I don't know, maybe I don't want to like do this. Maybe this isn't how I want to do it. So I
Yeah.
looked into like the UGC, and if you don't
Yeah.
know what that is, it's user generated content.
Yeah. And those girls
And
make
brands will- yeah. Oh my God.
that's actually how I
They're
started.
talking about it. Like I know all those things, like how much I made this week on TikTok, like you as a UGC creator, and it's like thousands of dollars a week. And I was like, holy shit,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
Yeah.
And so I signed up for all those things, and then turns out I didn't like that way of doing it.
But you learned.
Yeah, exactly. I liked the entertainment part of
Yeah.
it rather than like the product selling
Same.
part. Now it's
Same.
just like that kind of comes with it.
Yeah.
But anybody can do it.
Anyone can do it.
But yeah, I do feel sometimes icky talking about the money aspect of it. Like
Yeah.
you did the pay transparency thing, and I
Yeah.
was like, I'm curious to see how this is received.
Yeah.
Because
And
some
it-
people are like, oh my God, that's awesome, good for you, and then some people are like, you don't deserve that. Like, and even the people that say like nurses don't deserve to get paid as much as they do, I'm like,
Fuck off.
okay,
Because we're women.
yeah, literally.
Once you said, like you said
Because we're women
earlier,
and we make videos.
female
Okay,
dominated. Yep.
you're right. We're horrible
We're
people.
heroes, so we should not be paid for being heroes.
we're
Absolutely
martyrs.
not. We're martyrs. I fucking hate that. No, but that's why I tell everyone, like, there's room for everyone at the top. So when people start something else, obviously, is like weird drama in every corner of the internet, just ignore it. There's room for everyone
Right.
at the top.
Absolutely.
And when people act like there's not, that's when you're like, maybe this isn't, you're not for me. We're
Right.
not supposed to be
Yeah.
friends or whatever. But I just feel like,
The only one limiting you is yourself.
exactly. Like I said earlier, one of my best friends, like she started and at first, like she was constantly texting me like, oh, I'm nervous. Like, you know, what if this, what if that? I'm like, all those things are probably going to happen. Someone's not going to like
Yeah.
you. I'm preparing you now.
Yep.
Someone's going to be fucking rude for no reason about your appearance, about who you are, about whatever. They don't know you. They really don't.
Yeah, other people's opinion of you are not your business. It has nothing to do with you and has everything to do with them.
Exactly. And like sometimes, like I said earlier, like sometimes it gets me down. It's typically the week before my period.
Of course, yeah, I know.
so I
I'll
blame
be
it on
like
her.
super emotional, and then I'll start my period. I'm like, oh, okay.
I'm like, so it was you.
It
this
wasn't
whole time,
that
bitch. Yeah. So it's really not.
Stop being so emotional.
Exactly. But there's room for everyone. And like, I get excited that there's more and more healthcare creators.
I know.
popping
I
up.
feel like recently, ever since I started too, like I feel like I've seen a lot more people like me who thought they couldn't do it. And then all of a
Exactly.
sudden they can. Like Sam
I
Fusco.
fucking love her.
Sam, if you hear this, I fucking love you.
I fucking love her.
I know. She's so cute. She's so
She's
funny.
so cute.
I feel like she deserves millions of followers.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know how the
She'll get
algorithm works, and I don't know how. Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean,
She'll get it.
gained tens of thousands
Yes.
recently. We notice you. We see your hard work.
We see you, girl.
But and she's going to the Garden Lab thing too.
I know. She told me, she was like,
Yeah,
so I'll be in Los Angeles.
I can't go.
You can't go?
No,
That's okay.
I can't go.
That's okay.
Next one though.
Next one. You'll be invited.
But
That's fine.
yeah, like I just feel like I've seen so many more people doing it, and especially like the whole 10K thing. Like everyone's like, I like it and I hate it at the same time.
Which one?
because,
10K what?
Like
You get
everyone's
followers?
like, yeah, like the follow train, the teamwork thing. Like
Yeah.
everyone like
Oh, yeah,
follow
yeah.
each other so everyone can have 10,000 followers and we can all make money off TikTok. I'm like, I love that, and I think everyone deserves to have like some type of second stream of income, but also at the same time you can't just like ask for followers and not.
They have to be
give
engaging
anything.
followers too. It's
Yeah.
not really followers, it's a community.
Yeah,
Like,
like it
yeah,
gets you to that 10K point, and like, yeah, you can start making money,
Sure.
but like building a community is so much more
Important.
fulfilling, important, and more effective than
long
just
lasting.
having the followers.
Yep.
Yeah, like I mean, the people that don't interact with their like you'll see like these people with millions of followers, and they don't respond to anybody.
No.
And
No.
and if they do, they're mean. I follow this one girl. I don't want to like name call her because I really do like her, but she's mean as fuck to her followers. Like
Yeah.
she'll post like all these videos, and then the only comments that you see are people asking questions, and she answers them like they're dumb. And I'm like,
What do you
that's the
expect?
difference between having a following and having a community.
Yeah. 100%.
Like you can have a following and like people will follow you, but like that.
Who's going to back you at
Yeah.
some point? Like, if you, that's my favorite part about it is the engagement
Right. It's
part.
so fun. I have So many friends.
Online friends.
So many friends.
Yeah.
I don't have any real friends, but
Yes, you do. You and me. We met in real life. It's real now.
perfect. I have one.
No, but I think that's awesome.
And Adam, too. I have two.
Honestly, yeah, you have two.
That's enough.
Forgot about you. I've got two.
Oh, shit. Hey.
No, but I think that's really cool. And I feel like that's good advice. Like, if you are wanting to, you've been thinking about it, just do it.
Yeah. And I feel
There's
like
no
for
rhyme or
all the
reason.
hate you get, you also get a lot of, I don't want to call it praise, but like people look up
get
to you. Like
love.
now the amount of messages I get by saying like I was iffy about nursing school
Yeah.
and like I did it because of you. And I'm like, I could cry.
Yeah.
I got one this morning and I did cry.
Aw. No, but
I'm like, that's why I do it.
that's what it's about.
So like, it's like, I mean, in nursing too, like you get the one good patient that makes up for all the shitty ones. It's like you get the
Absolutely.
one good follower that like supports you and loves you that
Yeah.
makes up for all the hate comments.
Yeah.
And it's like,
And sometimes it feels like the hate shines brighter,
Yeah,
but
I
it's really not. It's really a small
and it's like the only, it's because people who have mean things to say are going to say them. Like trolls are going to be trolls.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you did to make them a troll. They were a troll to begin with. But people who have nice things to say usually keep them to themselves
Yeah.
because like, I mean, those comments get lost in the thing. I always try to respond to every single comment. Like that was like my thing. Like when I first started, I felt so bad for Adam because I would literally just sit in bed for hours on my phone scrolling and he would get so annoyed with me.
Yeah.
And now he's like, I'm so glad you did it.
Yeah.
Because like,
that's how you build community.
yeah, he's like, you don't need to respond to every single comment. I'm like, but I do.
Yeah.
Like, I do. I want to.
I want them to feel seen.
Yeah. And that, I mean, that's like why I'm having a problem on Instagram, like with all the mean people, because I want to respond to everything, but I know that I can't.
Yeah, and I'm the same way, and it's easy for me to tell you like advice, but then when it's me, I'm like, no, fuck these
Yeah.
people.
Sam, like, take your own fucking advice.
It's hard though
Yeah.
because people can be fucking mean, but just remember, like, you do have people who love you and support
Right,
you.
exactly. And I think that's
really
like the
do
biggest thing
root
with
for you.
social media. Like, just remember that haters will be haters no matter
anyone.
what you post. You could literally post, I saved 12 puppies today. And they're like, well, why not 13?
Why? Yeah, I was about to say, what is
Yeah.
the 13th reason?
Exactly.
honestly?
Like Jen Hamilton posted this video. She got like, do you follow Jen Hamilton?
I do.
right?
I love her.
And I fucking love Jen Hamilton. Like she's my
She's an
spirit
angel.
animal. She's like the best person ever in
She's
existence.
got chickens. How could you fucking not like
I
her?
know. Like you. Oh my God. Anyone that doesn't like her, you need to look within.
Yeah.
Like you can't even pretend to be that good of a person.
100%.
I could go on and on, but she like her and Elise Myers, the Elise Meyer things, like they got bullied off of TikTok.
I saw that.
And it broke my fucking heart. And then Jen came back and it was like earth-shattering news. I went onto TikTok and I saw her video and it was like 10 minutes long. And she was talking about like, I'm not for everyone. Like her Hot Mess Express thing.
yeah.
She's like, I started a business to help struggling moms.
Yeah.
And they asked why I hated dads. I did this and they said
I
this.
saw this.
I cried watching it. I was like, that is so powerful and it's so important to remember because like you are not for everyone.
No.
Miserable people are going to be miserable whether you do anything or not. They're just they're projecting their misery onto you. It has
And, like,
nothing to do with you.
To piggyback on that, her bringing up all those things that she does good for, that's fantastic because we need people in every little sector of life.
Right.
My thing is animal rescue. Whenever
Yeah.
I was first posting about animal rescue, they'd say, well, what about the children? It doesn't mean I don't fucking care about children.
Yeah, it's just way different. First of all,
It's, first of all,
human life is a lot different. Like
way different.
an
And I'm
animal
not
life.
stupid. I know that.
Yeah.
And it's okay for me to have a passion here, like her have a passion there. That's what's beautiful.
Right.
We can all work together in that aspect. What is wrong with people? It's
know.
totally okay.
Yeah, it's just like irks me. Like find something better to do with your life
Please.
than like being an asshole online.
All day. Aren't you tired?
Right?
I'm
like,
fucking
it's
tired of listening to it.
exhausting.
It's exhausting.
I'm exhausted reading your comment. I can't imagine how exhausting it is to think of them.
Like, you got to be pretty miserable.
It's got to be exhausting to be filled with so much hate. It is so much harder to be mean than it is to be nice.
It really is. In every aspect.
Well,
That's
sometimes it's easier to be mean, but
It's pretty easy to stoop low. I'm not gonna lie, but it's exhausting. It's
yeah,
exhausting.
mentally exhausting. Like
I only do it if I really fucking.
my
have
heart
to.
races. Like as soon as I if I do reply to like a hate comment, my heart starts racing. I'm like, oh my God. Like
I start pacing,
yeah.
raging. He's
I'm
like,
oh
"Are
my
you
God, oh
okay?"
my God, oh my God, oh my God. I'm like, what if someone sees it? What if something? Like, I can imagine thinking like.
But also,
all
it's
the time.
okay. Like I go so back and forth. It's okay to stand up for yourself, but
Oh,
also
absolutely.
it's okay to just ignore it as well.
I'll be the first one to tell you, like, respond to that hate comment.
I'll text you. You're gonna be like,
You might regret it.
do
You might end up deleting the response to the hate comment, but like it
I've done
feels good to
get it
say
out.
what you wanted to say
Yeah.
and then block.
It feels good to make a video and not post it too.
Yeah.
It's like writing a letter.
I do
and
that
burning
all
it.
the time. I like make reply videos and then
Yeah.
I'll just draft them
Yeah.
or I'll post them for like my eyes only.
Yeah.
And it feels good to like, yeah, I gave it to him. No
Yeah.
one saw it.
No one saw it at all.
And sometimes, and like this, I do feel, I don't know, sometimes I like make the reply videos and I'm like, I don't feel like putting my energy into telling you how wrong and horrible you are. So I'm going to let my followers do it.
Yep, that's
and then I'm like, no, that's kind of like,
I go back and forth too. Sometimes even being mean to people that deserve it, I'll
I know.
feel bad.
I'm like, but they don't, maybe they're having a bad day.
Maybe.
I have bad days, and
have
that's
bad days.
when I respond to the hate comments.
Yeah.
I'm like, maybe they're having a bad day. Maybe they're having a bad life.
Yeah.
But also at the same time, cut it
It's
out.
not deserving.
Yeah, I'm like, cut it out. Just because you're having a bad day doesn't mean I have to too. I don't know you.
I totally feel that.
I know, but sometimes I like will post the reply videos and like my followers will gang up on them. I'm like, okay, maybe,
guys,
maybe not. Wait, just kidding. Wait, just kidding.
Push
okay,
the brakes, push
yeah.
the brakes.
Pump
No,
the
I
brakes.
feel the same. I feel the same because I don't know. I wish I could just truthfully. I wish I could just not give a fuck. But the truth is, sometimes my heart hurts, and I'm like,
Yeah.
they might be a shitty person, but I feel bad for them for being
Yeah.
so shitty.
I know. I
So I'm
feel
just
bad that
like,
you're so miserable.
Damn, must suck.
I know. Sometimes I try to kill them with kindness, and then they're just dicks again. I'm like, okay,
Fuck, it didn't
that
work.
doesn't work. I would love to think that it works, but
Well, I really enjoyed having you here on the podcast. I'm gonna wrap it up. I could talk to you for days, which is nice. Where can everyone find you?
on TikTok, I'm Paige Slayton _, Instagram Paige Slayton _
Facebook too.
Yeah, probably. I think Facebook, it was like my regular profile, so I think it's just Paige Slayton.
Facebook's great, but like again, I don't interact on there.
No, yeah, you
If
won't.
you're there, I'm
You won't
sorry.
get a response
You
from
won't
me
get a
on Facebook.
response.
Sorry.
I'm practically invisible. Well, I'll have
TikTok
your-
is my favorite though.
Mine too.
Yeah.
I'll have your links in the description. But thank you for opening up your home. Thanks
Thank
for
you
being
for
here.
having me.
I want to have you again.
Yeah,
It was
hell yeah.
fun.
I'm so down. I
Awesome.
could talk forever.
No, I could too. Honestly, we're going to do a little juicy bits if you're up for it. It's on my Patreon.
Okay.
So if you guys are listening, head over to Patreon if you want to hear more of Paige. And until next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.